taking the already solid formula of what's already one of the greatest games of all time and throw in some zombies, a new single player campaign, and a new element of survival horror, and what you get is an unforgettable gaming experience. As a piece of downloadable content, Undead Nightmare is probably the best DLC I've ever spent my cash on, and as a survival horror game, it's a complete masterpiece. Now, I'm sure that when most of you guys hear the words DLC or downloadable content, your mind probably goes straight to new map packs, new weapons, or maybe a new unlockable outfit, which are all okay. What you're actually getting with Undead Nightmare is pretty much an entirely new game built upon the foundation of Red Dead Redemption. That being said, there are a number of changes to go over, so let's begin. The story for Undead Nightmare is great. From the chilling introduction, to the great dialogue scenes with the same great characters, from some serious moments, to some downright hilarious moments, to the epic finale, it all feels complete. Whether or not the story actually falls into the canon of the original game is debatable, but I'm not here to debate. Our tale begins one dark and stormy night when John Marston is riding home to his wife and son, only to find out that his ranch hand and possibly blood-related uncle has been zombified, which causes him to take a bite out of John's wife, in which she turns, and that causes her to take a bite out of their son, who also turns. This causes John to hogtie his loved ones, barricade his house, and ride off into hell to search for a cure. So, you'll journey into a zombie-ridden world, doing whatever it takes to get your family back. The best part about the story is that it never changes who John Marston is as a character. The story once again proves that John Marston is a man who was literally willing to go to hell and back just to save the ones he loves. One of the biggest changes to the gameplay is that there's no money at all in the game. And since there's no money, that means that there's no shopping to be done. But with no money and no shops, how are you supposed to get any weapons? Well, outside of the main campaign, you'll ride into various towns that have been overrun by the mass hordes of the undead. And if you help them out, you might be rewarded with a new weapon or some ammunition and a place to rest and save your game. And honestly, that's the way I like it. Because like with any good survival horror game, you don't need to worry so much about money so much as you do about managing your inventory. The advertisement for the game says that ammo is scarce, and for the most part, that is true. For about the first half hour of the game, that is. I mean, I've actually been in this game dozens of times, and each time, I still manage to make it to the end of the game and still have a few hundred rounds of ammunition left on all my guns. But if you want to get an enormous amount of ammo, try cleaning out some graveyards and putting those poor bastards back to sleep. Or better yet, try completing some of the Undead Hunter challenges. Either way, you'll be rewarded with a ton of ammo to keep going for a few hours. Now of course, the main event of Undead Nightmare is killing zombies. But killing zombies doesn't mean a thing if it isn't fun to do. So is it fun to kill zombies in Undead Nightmare? Hell yes! One advantage that you have in Undead Nightmare is that your Deadeye regenerates twice as fast, so you don't have to painstakingly wait for your meter to slowly fill up. But of course, we all know that there's only one surefire way to put down zombies. Shoot them in the head! As you travel through the zombie-ravaged towns and ride through the zombie-occupied terrain, you're gonna come across at least 4 classes of zombies. First, there's your normal undead walkers. 1 or 2, maybe 3 ain't bad, but if you see them in a group, then you'd better move your ass. Next is the retchers. These guys spit corrosive waste at you, but their spit has a pretty short range, and if you blow off their head, then they blow up. Now that's awesome. And then there's the bolters and the bruisers. These guys are probably the most annoying enemies in the entire game. The bolters are fast as shit and they never let up. They will follow you everywhere, they will jump on you, they will knock you down, and they will keep at it until you put them in the ground. The bruisers are just as equally as annoying. They'll ram into you, they'll knock you down, and they'll leave you open for every available zombie to come and nibble on your flesh. And sometimes they'll just pop out of nowhere. You can't even react to that kind of stuff. But don't worry, you are more than well equipped to deal with these guys. You want to be a gunslinger? Then throw yourself right into the horde and start pulling off some headshots. You want to play it safe? Then climb up onto a roof and snipe the bastards. But if you really want to have fun, then try experimenting a little bit. You can do what I love to do and throw some undead bay into an open area, wait for a ton of zombies to show off, and then throw a stick of dynamite into the mix and blow them back to hell. But what makes Undead Nightmare so rewarding is that there is so much to do outside of the main campaign. For one, the honor and fame system from Red Dead Redemption are gone, thank God, so technically you have more freedom to do what you want in Undead Nightmare than you did in the original game. So if you want to kill a group of survivors and take what they've got on them, then you can do that. There is no authority in this new world, and as you travel throughout the world, you have the option to help out some survivors for ammo or just take it from them. One thing I hear a lot of people talk about are the undead horses scattered around the game and how awesome they are. Yeah, I can confirm that they are pretty awesome. For one, they have unlimited stamina and they'll never buck you off. But this comes at a price, and that price being that they are kinda hard to control. You see, the undead horses never travel in a straight pattern and they'll always sort of fight you for control of which direction they'll go in. But if you really want to get the best experience out of playing Undead Nightmare, then hunting down and taming one of the 4 horses of the apocalypse is the way to go. They are super obedient, they are very fast, they never get tired, they have unlimited stamina, and they are pretty tough to kill. The only downside is that they are pretty hard to find. They will never appear in the same spot twice, and they'll always travel outside of the highlighted zone when you get close. There's also some pretty cool side missions, like instead of hunting criminals, you have to find and rescue missing people. You'll be paid in ammo if you can bring them back safe, but you'll waste more ammo than you'll actually get back, so there's that. There's also an insane mission where you have to wander the hills and hunt down a few Sasquatches. In conclusion, what you get with Undead Nightmare is a truly unforgettable gaming experience. And truth be told, I play it as many times as I can each year. So if you've never played it before, then go pick it up. You can find it for a few bucks online or at a store. Just don't pay more than 20 bucks for it. Alright, I think I'm done here. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to keep these reviews coming as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.